So that's a causeway gate? Must be more impressive when it's open.
Asunai's blood. You look different somehow. Changed.
You found the tree, didn't you? And something more. What did you see in that forest?
At the foot of the tree, I spoke to a boy.
Golden hair, piercing eyes, kind voice, but far too old for his age. Stories of that boy go back to the first conclave, and that's 1,000 years, maybe more. The Radiant Youth, they called him.
He gave me the power to open the causeways. In return, he doesn't want anyone to set foot in the Mournweald ever again.
No one at all. But why not? What does he fear?
The boy didn't tell me his name.
No, he never does. And he takes different forms. He doesn't look the same to everyone. The boy, that's an auspicious form. Speaks of new beginnings, rebirth. Same form that the first Legionnaires saw back in the days of the Founding. Most Legionnaires see the warrior, but I saw the boy too. Wondered what it meant back then.
You think the child fears something? Or someone?
He's not afraid for his own sake. That child is more than he appears. He could be trying to keep us safe. Still, why forbid anyone from entering the forest?
So you've met the child before? And Martin, you've met him too?
No, not me. I've only heard stories.
No one's seen him in a long time. Not since the old Legion fell. We never knew why he left us.
If I can open the causeway, we shouldn't wait any longer. Let's take back the town.
She's right, Odo. We can think on the boy's words later. Now's the time to strike.
When you reach the other side, you'll find yourself in a crypt, I think. Should be in the town graveyard. Head west, straight for the main square. Rajani is probably holed up inside the town hall. Take her alive if you can.
Any idea how many Lascanzi are inside the walls?
Half their forces, maybe. But they won't be ready for you, not at first. They'll be scattered, confused.
The causeway. When I'm inside, what can I expect?
In my day, they were safe. But no one's walked those roads in years. Try not to look down. That's the best advice I can give. Eyes ahead and keep moving no matter what you see.
Anything else I should know?
The Boyar. Lazar Basili. They're probably holding him in the town hall. Once you've dealt with Rajani, don't forget to set him free.
Remember, we're the Legion. We will overcome.
Asunai's blood. We're floating in the sky, and there isn't any ground below us. One more down.
Another one of your kind. And in the company of legionnaires, no less. But I am the only one of my kind. And it thinks it is alone. How very delightful. Pity it will never meet its sisters. How can you hope to best us when the dead themselves answer our call? Kill them! May the darkness engulf you! Tear them to bits! You think to match yourself against the Scanzi magic? Tear them to bits!
town. The town hall's ahead, on the other side of the square. Doing well here.
You. I know you, girl. How can this be?
You're mistaken. We've never met.
I don't know what manner of illusion you are, but you will not break my resolve. My lady charged me to stop you, and I will not fail. traitors! Nothing more! You will burn! Your legion will fall! I will not fail, my lady! No, I will not be defeated. Now I've finished what my lady began. But you might have lived. You are traitors, nothing more. I will not fail, my lady. If you had run, you might have lived. Now I've finished what my lady began.
We'll go and find the Tsar Basili.
Thank you. I heard the commotion upstairs. That woman! She's not dead?
You're Lazar Basili? The boyar of the town?
Boyar is an old and stuffy title. Lazar is fine, especially among friends.
You're the only prisoner? Rajani didn't lock anyone else down here?
With Laskanzi walking the streets? No need. My people fear the Witchmen. They're the villains of every bedtime story. And most of those stories are true.
Rajani is beaten, but she isn't dead.
Well, we shall soon remedy that. How dare she march an army into Ravensrill and murder good sons of the Legion? I'll see her hang!
We should get back upstairs.
Quite right. Before Rajani wakes. The town is ours. They're fleeing into the woods in total disarray. You hear that, woman? Anything to say for yourself?
I'm sorry for any harm that's come to Ravensrill. My battle was with the Legion.
Before we fought, you said that you knew me.
You look like someone I knew. You speak with her voice. But that woman is dead and gone.
The Legion's done nothing to you.
My lady has told me of the Legion's crimes. She defeated you once, and she'll defeat you again.
Jane Cassinda, the old enemy. 30 years on and she's still hunting the Legion.
And why should she not? You're traitors, kingslayers, murderers.
Kingslayers? Murderers? What does she mean?
Lies. Stories that the old king was murdered by the Legion. That's how Jane Cassinda turned the people against us. She claimed that the Legion betrayed its oath, tried to seize power for itself.
They're not lies. My lady spoke the truth. But believe what you want.
How can we be a threat to you? We don't even know who you are.
She's an Archon, straight out of the old stories. Begging your pardon, but you have the look of an Archon yourself.
What do these stories say about Archons?
They were divine messengers, heralds of the old creator gods. You see their pictures in books. Statues of them are supposed to bring luck.
We have to decide what to do with her. Suggestions?
She attacked a defenseless town, murdered your friends at the estate. Why are we discussing this? Kill her and let justice be done.
Wait. Listen to her words. She's misguided, confused. She fears us. Killing her wouldn't be justice.
It pains me to say this, truly. But I agree. I suppose I wanted vengeance, but I didn't imagine it like this.
She's yielded. What if we set her free? Show Jane Cassinda that the Legion still has honor.
Rajani, you're free to go. We are not your enemies, and we never were.
You're mad. Now my lady will know your strength. Next time she'll send more of us against you. But if that's what you want, then I'll go.
I agree with the armored wench. You are mad, both of you, stark and raving.
No. We planted a seed. Now we wait and see how it grows.
If nothing else, this will certainly confuse Jane Cassinda. And that's worth something.
Come. We should return to the chapter house and decide our next move. Unless you still have business here.
I'm ready. Our business here is done.
Against the might of the 10th Legion, even the Archon Rajani could not stand. Jane Cassinda's lieutenant was vanquished, her mercenaries' hold on the Rukenval broken. In times past, the Legion's judgment was merciful and fair, and you chose to spare her life. Who can say how an unexpected mercy might change an enemy's heart? As the folk of the Rill said about rebuilding, we prepared for our next move. Our old enemy was stronger than she had ever been, and she still plotted our demise. The Rukenval chapter house would not be our sanctuary, but a staging ground for what was to come. Martin tells me that Jane Cassinda was behind this. She acted fast. That means she's afraid.
Rajani was full of lies about the Legion. We set her free as a sign of goodwill. If we can make Jane see that she's wrong.
You're an idealist, Martin. Don't assume our enemies have honor. Least of all, Jane Cassinda.
Why is Jane Cassinda so determined to kill us?
The woman's a mystery. Always has been. As far as we know, she was raised by the Azanite Church. An orphan, maybe. Or a rich man's bastard daughter. Must have been 18, 19 years old when the king died. She paraded through the streets of Bisselberg, claimed he'd been murdered by the Legion.
Was there any truth in what she said?
No. My father would never have died for the Legion if he'd believed Jane's lies.
Some legionnaires did believe. Bohemund of Sindelis, Garen Marcel, prominent men. They renounced the Legion, stood by while the rest of us were hunted and killed.
Why did anyone listen to Jane?
She was young, beautiful, full of passion. Spoke like she truly loved the king, but she couldn't have known him. Half the country was in love with her. The living saint, they called her. Still do out east where the church is strong. And people were jealous. We'd grown too rich and too fat. That was the Legion's sin, if you ask me.
So Jane turned the people against us. What then?
Jane had the church behind her. She raised mobs in the cities, Bisselburg first, and the towns of the east. Then Stonebridge, Glacier, everywhere else. In Stonebridge, the Legionnaires refused to fight, wouldn't raise their hands against the people, just stood there and died. Montbaron made his last stand here, in Rukenval. The people here stayed loyal, so Jane had to march an army north. You know how it ended.
And you were the only survivor. How did you escape?
I don't die easy, and I don't believe in noble last stands. Far as I'm concerned, the war's still on, even if I'm the last soldier in the field, until I put a knife in Jane Cassinder's eye.
I'm with you. Jane will answer for every Legionnaire who died at her hand.
You may all think me a fool, but I'll never agree that this has to end in blood. We're the Legion. We can find a better way.
Our numbers are too few. Can we find more men and women of Legion blood?
There's got to be others. They could still be in hiding.
Might be a few left. Not enough to build an army. But if we spread the word that the Legion has returned, we can rally Jane's enemies against her. We should start by reclaiming the Grand Chapter House, the old Legion headquarters in Stonebridge.
So the Stonebridge Chapter House is different than the others?
It's bigger, grander. They built it during our Golden Age after the heroes destroyed the Sec. We claim that chapter house, hang our banners out front, people will hear that the Legion's returned.
Have you heard any news from Stonebridge?
If I had to guess, more smokestacks, more spinning machines, more metal men clanking through the streets.
Are you sure the Chapter House wasn't destroyed?
By the people of Stonebridge? No, they never would. It's their mark of shame. Reminds them how they betrayed the Legion, and they don't dare forget.
How do we get to Stonebridge then?
Stonebridge lies to the south and west, on the far side of the swamp. Lazar's people have repaired the bridge, so the road should be open again.
Martin and I will stay here for now. Help the locals rebuild.
We owe them. They've endured a great deal for our sake.
We have a causeway gate here. Surely there must be another in Stonebridge.
There is, but it's shut. Montbaron ordered most of them closed to stop Jane Cassinder from using them against us. A causeway gate can only be opened from the outside, and only by a privileged few.
All right. I'll head south for Stonebridge.
Jane Cassinder controls most of the land between here and Stonebridge. Her soldiers wear the raiment of the Azranite Church. Avoid them if you can.
Once you're inside the chapter house, look for the causeway gate. Open it, and you can bring the rest of us through.
You're the vanguard of the Legion. All our hopes go with you.
Off to Stonebridge, I hear? Before you depart, I have something I would discuss with you if you're willing. The Lascanzi occupation depleted the town's stores. If we cannot replenish them soon, Raven's Reel may not survive the winter. I know the Legion has done a great deal for us already, but I fear I must ask your help again.
Larger matters require my attention, Boyar. Speak plainly.
The Heroes' Crypt is where the heroes of the Sec Resurgence were interred. It was considered a holy site, and pilgrims flocked to it. After the crypt was sealed, the pilgrims stopped coming. I believe that if we open it again, we can bring prosperity back to Raven's Reel.
Why do you need the Legion's help?
The doors of the monument are sealed by Legion magic. They are impervious to any form of counter-magic or physical destruction. They can only be opened by the signet rings of the Legion families who commissioned its construction. The Montbarons and the Gundrics. I understand you found both signet rings already. The crypt should open for you now.
I'll do what I can.
Excellent. Look for the two large statues outside the monument. I'll fetch Grigori. We'll need a scribe to document this historic event.
Oh, forgive me. You startled me a bit. I'm afraid I was wrapped up in my studies of this magnificent edifice.
Tell me about yourself. What brings you out here?
I'm a scholar with the Stonebridge Society of Antiquaries. My particular specialization is early Goblin Renaissance architecture. This structure is a truly remarkable example. Note the intricate cornice work and the marvelously subtle geometries of the roof.
I've found a way into the crypt. I'm going to open the doors.
You did? You have? That's unbelievable! How did you do it? Where did you find it? Oh, never mind. That's not important right now. Could I go in with you? I've studied the exterior for so long. I'd like to get a look at some of the artifacts inside.
You can come along, but be careful. And stay close to me.
Wonderful! Let's get the doors open then. Oh my. That was quite something. On second thought, perhaps you could go into the crypt yourself and return with some relics for me.
I'll see what I can find. What are you looking for?
Good. Yes, good. Much safer for all of us. I'd likely get you killed tagging along, and this way you won't get me killed either. I'm looking for 3 relics in particular. The Skull of Noric, the Staff of Merrick, and the Sword of Bollingar. If you find any of them, I will of course reward you handsomely. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must bring the good news to Lazar.
I hear something new in my halls. The sound of breath. The quiet footfalls of frightened flesh.
My, that's a welcoming voice.
One more down.
age is dead, mortal. My warriors will hunt you until you fall, exhausted and weak.
One more down.
Come, pilgrim. The bones of your heroes wait for you in these depths, and so do I.
Look, must be the Hall of Heroes. All the Lady Montbaron's companions. They're buried right here.
You should be honored, mortal. Soon, your bones will join with those of the heroes who lie in repose here. Pay your respect to the dead for
Perhaps the curse on this place is ended. Still, it's not exactly cheery, is it?
I had not expected the crypt to still be inhabited. Both Ravensreel and I owe you a debt. I'll be sending messengers out to inform the people of Ebb that the Hero's Crypt is open again. Doubtless the pilgrims and their attendant wealth will be pouring in soon. In the meanwhile, here, take this as a token of our esteem.
Do you have any relics to sell?
I found Lord Bullingar's sword.
It's even more beautiful than I imagined. Here, as promised, your reward. Do you have any relics to sell?
I found the skull of Norik.
Fascinating, if a touch gruesome. Still, I look forward to studying this. Here is your promised reward. Do you have any relics to sell?
I found Merrick's staff.
Astounding! To think of the power that once coursed through this. Here is your reward. I can't wait to get back to my workshop and begin a full study of these items.